Hey you guys, it's Peter! And this is my vlog. I was gonna say I'm back, but it's my vlog. And I am running late a little bit to, I'm not really, but kind of, to marriage counseling because I was uploading videos. I don't know why, but YouTube is being really wonky with me and making me take hours to upload videos. And so I was getting ready to go get in the shower, and I ran up, I was like running into the kitchen before I ran upstairs. Thank God I did. I don't even know why I went into the kitchen now. And my medicine container, well, like medicine bottle for my epilepsy medicine was sitting on the counter. I was like, oh my God, damn it. Like I have to go pick that up from Costco. Well, Costco's a good 20 minutes from my house, and then I had to drive another half an hour to this appointment. And so I was like, well, I'm just gonna have to throw something on and try to look as cute as I possibly can, because do you guys ever do that? You're just like, this is gonna be as good as it is today, you know? And this is as good as it gets. But I got my medicine, and so I'm happy about that. And I've had a really good day today. I've actually talked about it like on my eating show, and then I just made another video about it. I actually, on my eating show today, I had Chipotle, a Chipotle bowl. I've never had a bowl before. It was so good. But do you ever just have those days like you wake up and it's just like, nothing, like I'm really almost kind of scared to say this, but like nothing has gone bad today. Like today has been absolutely incredible. And it's just been a really, really good day. I watched the first episode of The Keepers last night, and I kind of came up with this thing. I kind of came up with this thing. I was like, I have all these shows I want to watch. How am I going to ever get them done, right? And I was like, you know, most of these series are like either 8 or 13 episodes a season. Well, I can definitely watch 1 episode or 2 episodes a day, right? Because they're usually about 45 minutes. So that's an hour and a half a day. I can definitely do that. And so I was like, that's a week. Like if it's 8 episodes, that's 4 days. And if it's 13 episodes, that's a week. And then I can, like this summer, just get totally caught up on all my shows, and I want to watch all of these different series and things like that. And so I got really excited about like Netflix and my TV shows and Hulu and stuff last night, because I was like, oh my God, like I'm gonna be able to do this and read and write my book. And like I was so excited last night thinking about like summer and just like all the things I want to do with summer. And I felt again, look how beautiful those clouds are. I felt again like I was like, you know, in 5th grade, and I just gotten out of school for the summer. So it's been a great day. We planned, Alex booked our trip to Mexico today. We're super excited about it. It's like this brand new resort that we're going to. And, of course I'll vlog the whole time that I'm there. And tomorrow I'm starting a readathon. I'm gonna do the sci-fi readathon. I'm putting it up on my, oh my God, everybody is, tweeting me back on my booktube. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this readathon for sci-fi readathon, sci-fi/fantasy, and it goes from the 1st to the 7th of June. And I'm gonna do it. I'm so excited because I really wanted to do a readathon, like where you read every day outside. I'm just excited. You don't have to read outside, but I do. Anyway, so I picked like 7 books I think that I'm gonna read. I'll never get through all of them, and 2 audiobooks. And I'm really excited about doing it. I don't read a lot of sci-fi, so it'll be fun to try something different. But I am, one of them in there, because it said you could do fantasy, I am going to try to read Illuminae, and also The Court of Thorns and Roses. Everybody talks about it, by Sarah J. Maas. I've never read it. And one of my booktube friends, Crystal the Bookworm, she's so sweet. I love her. You guys should go check out her channel. She sent me the book last year, and I never read it, so I need to read it. Yeah. I'm excited to get into The Keepers. Like, are you guys watching it? Like, in the last 2 minutes of the first episode, they like throw something out there at you, and you're like, what? seriously, you're gonna do this to me? So I'm excited about it. It's really good. Yeah. What are you guys watching? Are you guys excited about summer too? I just like summertime. It just seems slower. The days are longer, you know. It just seems lazy. I love sleeping at nighttime. I have our marriage counseling session tonight, and then I have my counseling session tomorrow. A lot of counseling going on. I'm getting rather healthy. But I guess it's paying off. I'm happy all the time. So, hey, you know. In my individual sessions with him, it's interesting. I talk a lot about, like, grief with my mom and my aunt, and expectations that I have for people in my life, and also that I live my life a lot out of fear. Like, that's kind of something that we've come up with, and how to stop living my life out of fear. You know, and I think when I look at, like, my social anxiety or my issues with my, like, body image and things like that, really at the core of all of that is fear, you know? It's fear of how people will accept me, fear of what people think about me, fear of people abandoning me, fear of people leaving me. It's all fear-based, right? And so we're working a lot on removing that fear from my life. And I know you guys watching this are like, seriously, Peter, I would never guess that about you. But it's the truth, you know? It's who I am as a person, and I don't want to ignore it. I want to acknowledge it and work on it because I want to get healthier, so. I actually really look forward to the counseling sessions. I mean, they're expensive as all get out, but I mean, counseling's expensive, you know. But I really do. I really look forward to it. I love our counselor. He's great. He's not big on sharing a lot about his life, though. Like, I know a little bit about his life. I know that he's married and he has 2 kids, and but like, other than that, like, he's very tight-lipped about it, which is interesting because, like, for me to trust somebody, I have to kind of know some things about them, and you know, I think there is an importance in professional boundaries, in counseling, life coaching, things like that. Like, this is a big issue right now in the Kardashians, because Rob Kardashian got a life coach that basically is just in his life 24 hours a day. But, you know, like, I can remember when I first got sober and I was going to see this guy that everybody recommended to me because he was gay. And so they thought that my being gay or my coming out or whatever had a lot to do with my drugs and alcohol, which in retrospect, it really did. Like, I would say I had no problem with coming out and all that kind of stuff, but I really did, you know? It's like a hard thing when you're bullied all your life about being gay, and then one day you have to go, oh, I am gay, by the way. And so all these people that have bullied me, in essence, even though they did it negatively, were right. And it's like, I didn't even acknowledge that for 20 years. That right there bothered me, you know? But I saw this counselor for a long time, and, like, I mean, he was not a super effeminate. I would never have known he was gay except for that. The doctor that referred me to him said, oh, he's gay, so he'll be good for you, right? And, like, I remember I was, like, in my, like, 7th or 8th session with him, and I said to him, do you have a boyfriend? And he said, and that was my way of saying, like, are you gay, right? Because he had never once in 8 sessions mentioned anything about being gay. And I do think, okay, when you're working with young people that are coming out, if you are gay or lesbian or bisexual, there needs to be some assimilation there, you know? And I said to him, and I was like, and I talked about this in my vlog, that the place that I worked later asked me, and he was in private practice, so it's totally different. I mean, when I was in private practice, I was always out to my clients and stuff. Not that I'm like a huge kitchen secret anyway, but I remember I said to him, do you have a boyfriend? And he said, can you tell me how asking these kinds of questions will help you in this process? Like, he was very formal, but he hadn't been up till that point. And then all of a sudden he got very formal with me. And I said to him, I'm not, and then I was like, does he think that I'm asking for me? Or, like, I mean, he was not anybody that I would have been attracted to. And I said, I'm not trying to intrude. I said, it just would help me because I could explain, like, I wouldn't feel like I need to explain to you the gay experience if you're gay. I don't know. And he just sat there and looked at me. And I'll tell you that the next appointment I scheduled when I was in my office, and then I waited until like 10 o'clock one night, and I hate these roundabouts, you can never get through them, but I waited till like 10 o'clock one night, and then I called and I canceled my appointment on his voicemail, and he called me like 3 times after that, and I never called him back. I didn't feel comfortable calling him back. Like, I felt like, why, I'm gonna sit there and share all of this about my life, this personal shit with you, and you don't ever wanna share one thing with me, and the thing that you don't want to share with me is that you're gay, but I'm supposed to be able to be comfortable with my being gay. Like, what's this double-edged sword? I don't understand it. It was like, shame, know my name. And I was like, I did not want to go to him anymore. I did not feel comfortable with that. You know, and then I got to another counselor, this woman, and she had professional boundaries, but she shared more about her life than that. You know, she would say something like, oh, my husband and I went out of town this weekend. That was enough for me, you know? Like, I didn't need to know, like, we're fucking 5 times a day. That's not what it's about. But, like, I would like to know a little bit, like, the person that I'm seeing is a human being, and they have human thoughts and things like that. You know what I mean? So, anyway. But some people want a counselor or a life coach that's completely 100% professional and never share anything with them ever. But like, I think maybe it's also because I come from the point of view of being in a 12-step program that I kind of want somebody that's going to, I don't know, you know, share some of their life with me, because there's no greater power than 2 people sharing with each other. And I'm not saying it's like an equalizing thing. I just want to know that they're human, you know? Don't you? I don't know. That's the YouTubers I'm attracted to, are the ones that are human, you know? The ones that share a little bit about their life. I don't know what else to say than that. Anyway. Well, I'm going to go into I have 10 minutes. I'm going to relax for a second, and then I'm going to go into my counseling session. Bye. Hello. It's 1 o'clock. And I was gonna vlog earlier, but like, okay, so we came home. We had a really good counseling session. It went very, very well. We came home and Alex has been working on these pictures, photoshopping these pictures from the race for our website for like the last 6 hours. He just went to bed. We got home at like 7:30. And like literally came in, sat down at the computer, didn't take his shoes off or anything. I went upstairs and put my pajamas on. Well, my pajamas are like sweat shorts, you know. And then I took a nap, and then I did a live stream. And when I got done, like my stomach hurt so bad. Like I didn't understand what was going on. Like it almost kind of felt like food poisoning a little bit. And I was like, why does my stomach hurt? It went away in like 15 minutes, but I was like chugging water tonight. Like I have drank so much water today. If you've watched my mukbangs, I'm trying to drink a lot of water. I'm trying to be active and move because I don't want to gain weight from doing these eating shows, which, I mean, I'm not really eating any different than I ate before, but like I need to be eating healthier anyway. So, yeah. But like I drank like today alone, like 4 or 5 of those huge like 32-ounce bottles. I took them all out of here, so there's none. You guys know I have to keep a clean car. I'm very, very weird about that, right? So there's none in here. And I'm getting ready to go to the gas station because I want to get something to drink. But I don't really know that I want a fountain drink tonight. I'm kind of like, about a fountain drink. I'm not really like... Do you know what I kind of wonder if it's what it is? This is going to sound so strange. Okay, first of all, do you see my hair day back here? It's like standing up like alfalfa because from my nap, and I forgot to bring a hat. I don't have a hat in this car. I kind of wonder, this is going to sound so strange, if it was from that Coke Zero. I'm not a Coke Zero drinker. I don't love Coke Zero. And I like put it in the fridge and drank it later, and I wonder if that's what made me sick. Like, do you guys ever get sick from stuff like that? Like, I don't know. Anyway, I just did not, like, feel well. After that, I had, like, a headache, and my stomach hurt, and all kinds of stuff. Weird, isn't it? So, anyway. Yeah. And then I'm gonna go to, I really either want, okay, so I found Guys, I'm finding like all of these book challenges like right as June is about to start, and there's one that's June, July, and August, and it's Summer of It is what it's called, and it's reading Stephen King's It, because I think in September is when the movie comes out. And like, I've never read the book. I've never read a Stephen King book. Can you guys believe that? Let's get that a little bit more angled there. And I was like, you know what? Like, I really want to read a Stephen King book, and it would be a great one to start with. But I think it's like 1,000 pages. Everybody's telling me. Bunny Cakes, hey, Bunny Cakes, said it was like 1,000 pages, so 1,080 or something. But I was gonna go to Meijer or Walmart and get it, and then I was like, well, like, do I really, or do I want to go to Half Price Books, because it'll be so much cheaper at Half Price Books, right? And I love going to Half Price Books anyway. It gives me an excuse to have to go to Half Price Books. This is interesting what's going on here right now. This dude is going in there with like a 2 liter of milk, and he's getting like water or something. Do people do that? Like, what's that about? Anyway, well, I'm gonna go in here and get something to drink, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Tanya's going to bed. She just texted me. I'm hungry. Even though my stomach hurts, I'm hungry. Isn't that crazy? I always save my receipts. And then I add them all together and I put them in my checkbook. Receipts, and I always round up. Sometimes I round up a couple dollars, because that way your account is always padded. I was telling my dad that not too long ago. I was like, do you remember when you told me to do that? He's like, yeah, I don't balance my checkbook. I was like, nobody balances their checkbook anymore except for me. I'm like the only person in the world that does it. And, but the true story is, like, I bet my checking account is seriously like I bet I have $1,000 in there that I'm not even aware of, because I have padded my account. Look at how do you fix your hair when your hair just looks bad? I bet because I have padded my account for 10 or 15 years. You know, every day or two by $1 probably. So let's figure that out. Well, I know there's not that much money in there. But let's say if every day I pad my account by 75 cents. Okay? Times 365, that's fair. That's $273.75 a year. Times 10 years. That would mean my account is padded by like 2737. That's probably accurate. Isn't that crazy? Well, not that much. And I'll tell you why. Because one weekend, I can't remember what we were gonna do. I knew that it was padded, right? So I just was like, and I knew it was padded a lot, because I've been doing this. You guys, I've been to the same bank since I was like, for like the last 15, 20 years. And I've done this. I've padded my account. Do you guys know what that means? It means like if something comes to like $1.50, you pad it to like $2, right? Or you like round up, and then you don't, like your checkbook. See, I'm the only person that like balances checkbooks anymore. Nobody does it. They just look online. But like, when you're looking online, like stuff is still pending, or maybe somebody hasn't like turn in a check if you write checks, which I'm like the only person that writes checks too. I have to show you what I got to drink so that I can start drinking it because I'm thirsty. But I got one of those Neuro Bliss drinks. I love these. Anyway, because I didn't want a fountain drink. My dad had taught me early on, because I bounced a check. If you start rounding up, this tastes different. Reduce stress. I need that. See, best served chilled. Only 35 calories. No artificial colors or flavors. But my dad had said to me years ago, and I've talked about this on here before, like round up, right? So if you're gonna write something down in your checkbook, like let's say if you're like gas bill, like our gas bill is always like $49.50. I always just write $50. Does that make sense? And so like you just, and then it's just like every time you do that, it like you don't know, because you look in your checking account of what you have written down is 50 cents less, but in actuality, you actually have the 50 cents in the account. You just don't look at it that way. Does that make sense? And then over a period of time, you know, like, it rounds up and it rounds up, and then you have money in there. That way, if you cash a check, you don't ever have to worry about, you know, really being like, or if you bounce a check, you don't have to really worry about bouncing a check, because in actuality, you had the money in there. Well, a couple years ago, we were wanting to go out of town for a weekend. My nose is driving me crazy. I like legit tomorrow need to get up, take a shower, trim my beard, do my hair, and feel good about myself. It's cold out tonight. I just like threw on this hoodie and was like, fuck it. But a couple years ago, we were like, we wanted to do something. It was probably 2 years ago. We wanted to go to Louisville for the weekend. And I was like, gonna surprise Alex. And so I was like, I'm just gonna take the money out of this account. And I took out like $500 or $600. Like in cash, and paid for the weekend. But like, I didn't act like I didn't take, like, write it out. Does that make sense? Like, I just kept my balance in my checkbook, but I just took $600. I think I took $600 out, and I just took $600 out. So like, whatever that $22.37 is minus 600 is probably what I have in there, something like that. I don't know. I mean, 75 cents is a rough estimate. Some days I don't round up at all. You know, I don't ever add my receipts together. Other days I do. But it's a good way, like if you're a college kid or if you're younger, you know, if you have a fear of bouncing a check, do that. Because like, and you don't ever, and like people are like, well, how do you ever honestly then know how much money you have in your checking account? Well, that's not the point. The point is that you will never bounce a check, right? Because if you bounce a check, you have to pay like $35 for that bounce check. And the embarrassment of talking to whoever you bounce the check about, you know? And you're always in good standing with your bank. So, it's like another thing that my dad taught me with like credit cards. There was a point in my life, I cannot believe that I was at this point ever in my life. I don't really have that much credit card debt anymore, but there was a point in my life where I could pay my entire credit card off at the end of each month. I would love to tell you that that's my life today, but it's not. You guys, I look so bad tonight. Why did you guys not tell me? Seriously, my hair is greasy. I just look bad. Anyway, there was a point in my life when I, could just like at the end of the month just like write a check for the full amount of like, well, first of all, I wasn't spending that much on credit cards, and second of all, I just was making really good money. It was when I was with my first boyfriend. We just didn't have a lot of expenses, you know, so it was easy for me to do. That's not the case today. But one of the things that my dad always taught me was, my dad has given me a lot of really great financial advice, and so has my friend Tanya. One of the things that my dad taught me is, even if it's only $3 to $5, always pay over your minimum on your credit card bill, right? So like, if your minimum is like $100, always pay like $110, $120. And then the other thing is that on your mortgage, you guys know this is a Dave Ramsey trick, that if you like twice a year, pay twice your mortgage, and you'll pay off your mortgage in 7 years faster, I think is what they say, something like that. If you guys don't know who Dave Ramsey is, look him up. And if you are young and you are listening to this, go get the Dave Ramsey, the main book of his, and do what he says in there, and you will have money and never have to worry about things. I wish I had followed everything in that book. And number two, go get the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. I tried so hard to get my brother-in-law to read this book when he was in college, and he would not read it. And he was like, I don't want to read this book is stupid. I was like, this book will change your life. Seriously, it is such good financial advice. I wish I had read it. I read it at 35. I wish I had read it at 20, you know? And he didn't. Because life is really, I think, a balance between being able to have stability financially and being able to live your life the way that you want to and not have to worry about all of that. And Rich Dad Poor Dad really talks about two different kinds of lessons in life. You know, like lessons at being a person of character and lessons about how to have good financial character. And those are two completely different lessons. And he kind of had two different dads in his life. He had his biological dad, and then he had the dad of his best friend. And so he talks a lot about that. It's a phenomenal book. And I can't remember who bought it for me, but it was kind of a hard sell for me too. I didn't really want to read it. And then I was so in credit card debt, I couldn't get out of it, and listen to me, nobody would help me. How sick is that? That is so entitled, isn't it? But no, I did go to my dad, and my dad was like, I told you when you got a credit card that if you ever got in credit card debt, I was never going to help you out of it. I'll never forget, he said to me that day, Pete, I could write you a check twice out of debt, and you and Alex could have this great life. This was the first year Alex and I were together. And he said, but I am not going to do that for you, because if I do, I won't teach you anything, and you will just go run those credit cards right back up again. And he was like, but I will teach you some lessons on how to get rid of debt. And he taught me to go look at the snowballing debt thing that Dave Ramsey does. And my dad is financially very smart. Like, he just always has been. And I think it's because he comes from a very poor background and has paid for everything in his life. I mean, he has never taken a handout. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but he just always has paid his way. And, he was like, you need to listen to these Dave Ramsey things. He's like, I listen to the podcast. He goes, and I don't even do half the things he says, but he's just so smart with it. And my dad loves listening to smartness like that, right? So I started listening to it, and I did what Dave Ramsey talked about with the snowballing debt and, getting rid of a debt. And, like, it's genius. It's really, I'm doing it kind of right now with savings, because I want to build up my savings. And he's also the guy that says pay yourself first. That, like, whenever you get your paycheck at the end of the week. Listen, I know a lot of people will say, we cannot do that. Like, I have too many bills. And that was my mindset. It was like, I don't make that kind of money that I can put all this money aside. But even if you're just putting $10 aside at the end of your paycheck, that you know that you're going to go blow on, foolishness anyway, take $10 from your paycheck and put it in savings. And over time, that $10 will grow. It'll grow. And when somebody gives you, like, cash for your birthday, put it in there. My mother did that, and I will never forget this. When she passed away, she had a savings, and it wasn't huge, but she had just told me that, like, 2 months before. I mean, it was several $1,000s, but before she told me, she's like, I have a savings account that I open, but the only thing I put in there is, like, extra money that I get from people, like, my Kathy, my aunt. She's like, if Kathy gives me money for my birthday or Christmas, I put it in there, I don't spend it, this, that, whatever. If I get a rebate check for something, I put it in there, I don't spend it. And she had like $8,000 in this savings account, of money that she had just been given through the, last 10 years or whatever for birthdays and stuff like that. It's really smart, and you can really save money that way, It's really that attitude of, like, pennies make dollars. And, it's interesting, like, my friend, I don't really want to talk about her on here this way, but it's not negative. It's a positive thing. But, like, Melissa likes very nice things. She's a very nice car. She's a very nice house. But Melissa is a genius when it comes to, like, couponing and things like that. Like, she's a genius when it comes to that stuff. And I have been in stores with her before when, like, I cannot even believe it. Like, she buys bulk stuff. Like, she should be on that store Extreme Couponer, right? And we were talking one time, and I said, Melissa, it's not like you guys are hurting for money or anything like that. And she goes, but why does that mean that I shouldn't get the deal? Like, why? Then I can spend that money on something else that I enjoy. She was like, if I can go in there and get 10 rolls of, 10 things of toilet paper for the same as one, why wouldn't I do that? She's like, then I can spend that money on something else. And it was this total financial mindset that I think I had forever that was just like, I don't know, don't worry about it. And now I really think things through consciously, It really kind of came to a head a couple years ago. It was interesting. Tanya and I used to, like, we go to Walmart and Meijer and Target and all these places together, and I would go in and with, like, the intention of not buying anything or buying, like, a stick of deodorant, and I would come out like $100 poor. Well, I was making good money. It was okay. I wasn't doing it every night. I buy books, and I buy a game, or I buy a CD or something like that, and things add, or a t-shirt, and shit adds up. And all of a sudden, you coming out of the store $100 later. Well, I think it was like 6 months ago, actually. Probably like a year or two in reality. Tanya said to me, she goes, you know what is so funny that I just noticed? Because we were, like, standing in line. So now what happens is we go through the line, and I help bag her stuff up while she's checking it out. She said, you, like, rarely ever buy anything when we go through the store anymore. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, we used to come in here and like, we would match each other for how much we spent. And she's like, you don't ever buy anything anymore. And I'm like, Tanya, I really don't buy anything that I don't need. Like, I really don't, I've really tried to simplify my life a lot. And, like, I buy food. I enjoy eating meals out. And I like books. And travel is what Alex and I have decided that we want to start spending our money on travel and fixing our house up the way that we want it to be. So I like want to tell you guys something, but I don't know that I can tell you. I don't know that it really matters. Okay. So Alex and I were looking at new beds. Well, I'm going to tell this because I'm going to show it on this channel. But anyway, Alex and I were looking at getting new beds, okay? And we wanted to get a mattress. And all of our friends were telling us, get foam mattresses, get those memory foam mattresses. Those are the new things. You've got to get them. They're so comfortable. You can replace them every couple years if you don't like them, blah, 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 whatever, okay? I have never shared this except with Tanya anywhere, but I'm going to share something with you guys that is so embarrassing, okay? The mattress that we sleep on, my mother has had since like the year that I was born. So that mattress is like 44 years old. Tanya said to me the other day, she goes, I cannot believe that does not have all kinds of bad parasites and shit in it, but I don't think it does. So anyway, and we have all kinds of like feather beds and stuff on top of it, which is why it's so comfortable. And so anyway, I was contacted by a foam mattress company asking me if I would do a video on an unboxing of a foam mattress. So Alex and I get to get a brand new mattress, and we are currently shopping for, you have to have a foam mattress like, on a platform bed, and basically we just have like box springs right now, but they won't work on box springs. So we have the code to order it. We just have to get on there and order it. I'm so excited about it. I mean, it's a free mattress. We can get any size we want. All we have to do is order the platform bed. And so we've been looking and shopping for platform beds, but we are so excited. And so tonight we were talking about like, well, we're getting the new bed, then let's do the bedroom first, because we want to do the bathroom downstairs first, because it's like they had to redo the drywall and stuff, and it just looks. But he was like, let's do the bedroom first. And so we were talking about like what kind of platform bed we want, then how we want to paint the walls. And then we want to get new nightstands. And so yeah, we're super excited about it. And we want to make the bedroom like a new place. And I think we're gonna get, have you guys seen those beds that are like quilted? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I think we're gonna get like dark gray. We want our bedroom to be like corpse gray. Don't hate me for the name of it, that's just what it's called. But you guys know I'm talking about, those like headboards that are like quilted. You know, we're gonna do like not like a quilt. If you don't understand what I mean and you think I'm talking about a quilt, that's not what I'm talking about. Quilted, like a quilted chair. Anyway, we're gonna do that, but Alex wants leather. I don't want leather. I think leather can look very kind of like S&M dungeon, and we don't need all that. But our friends, Aaron and Eric, just got a bed that's like that. Although theirs goes like all the way to the ceiling. I don't want one that goes all the way to the ceiling. I want my bedroom to look like a hotel room. And I am not ashamed to say that, okay? I want dark blinds in the windows. I want white sheets. I want a very nice made bed, and that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna get one blanket that we can both snuggle underneath each other. Everybody, I've like been getting that comment from a lot of people. People are like not comment on here, but like in real life, friends of ours that are couples have told us that they used to sleep underneath separate blankets, but they because they wanted to have their own blanket, and that they went out and got a brand new like comforter and duvet cover, and they both share it now, and it forces them to be closer together in bed. So Alex and I were like, I think that's a great idea. Let's do it. This is the year of improving our marriage to the fullest and having the greatest marriage possible. So we're gonna do that, and I'm really excited. This whole mattress thing kind of inspired it all, so you'll be seeing that sponsored video on my main channel coming soon. Although I'm going to show it on here too. We'll probably, you know, show. Of course I will. Obviously, this is my vlog. What do y'all think about the sponsored videos? Do you hate them? Do you not hate them? Like, I enjoy doing them, but they have to be things that I like really, really believe in. Like, I'm doing another one this month. It's not a big one. It's I'm like giving away all my secrets. It's a hat, okay? It's a hat. But I really liked the idea of this hat. And so And what I always say, if you've heard me talk on here before, is I reach, if I reach out to them or they reach out to me, I'm like, hey, listen, but send me the product first. I will send it back if I do not like it, okay? I will not give you a bad review if you don't want me to, and you just don't have to pay me. But if you want to pay me, and then I will give an honest negative review, I've talked about this a million times on my channel, right? Like, I will not give a bullshit review. But I was so excited about, these are like hats for big heads, and I have a big head, and hats never fit me right, which is why so many people send me hats, and I always feel bad because they don't fit me when they send them to me. So I was like, oh my God, this is so perfect. And they were so nice, and they emailed me back today, and they were like, oh my God, you're a fellow Hoosier, and we're both from Indiana. So like, I don't have a problem, like, bringing attention and being paid for it to products that I believe in. What I have a problem with is YouTubers that are disingenuous about it and promote programs or promote products that they don't really believe in. That's my issue. You know what I mean? Like, because there's so many people out there, I feel like I just talked about this, but I do this on my other channel. I feel like there are so many people out there that will go and buy products just because, Judy Smith said on her channel, I love this product. And there are actually, YouTubers that I love. It's very much like, if you guys have seen my white North Face backpack that I have, it's called something like the Borealis or something, I don't know. But anyway, Matthew McConaughey carried it, and I saw him in a picture on the beach, and he had his shirt off, and he had that backpack, and I was like, I want that backpack for several reasons, because I thought the backpack was cool as shit, number one. Number two, this was years ago. I've had that backpack for probably 10 years, but I was like, I need a new backpack. I actually want like a smaller backpack that I can like carry like my phone, my wallet, my headphones in. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like a smaller wallet or a backpack. Do you guys have any idea where I could get one of those? Like very sporty, kind of trendy, masculine. North Face, Patagonia would probably be my favorite two brands to do that with. Maybe a Kelty. I like Kelty too. Kelty's kind of like so cool because it's kind of like off a little bit, but they're very expensive. So anyway, what was the one bag? They're really big in Australia. Do you guys know what I'm talking about, the big zippers? Somebody leave it in the comment section below if you know what I'm talking about. I actually got this crossover bag from there in Florida a couple years ago for Ultra, because I wanted to carry all my stuff into Ultra. And I got this, did I get a black one? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I almost feel like there's an animal on it. It starts with a K too, I think. There's a store in that Sawgrass Mill Mall in Fort Lauderdale. That mall is incredible. But anyway, so I saw that picture of Matthew McConaughey in there, and then I saw like two others of him like, around town carrying this backpack. And A, I was like, I love the backpack. And B, I was like, he looks pretty sexy with that backpack. If I had that backpack, I'd look sexy like Matthew McConaughey. I mean, I don't know that it was conscious that it really went through me like that, but we think that, right? And so when we see our favorite YouTubers, our favorite celebrities, our favorite TV talk show people, like drinking one of these Bliss Neuro things, like I love these. I would stand behind them. I'm not a bullshit artist, okay? But like when we see our favorite YouTubers or our favorite celebrities, talk show hosts, TV shows, singers, whatever, using products as product placement, it's smart, it's genius, because we want those things that they talk about, those things that they use, so that we can be closer to them, so we can be like them. We want to try those things, because if they like them, then of course we're going to like them, right? And it's genius, but the thing is, we've become a society of lying MFers that just want to get paid for shit and don't care about this. And when this mattress company reached out to me, I actually did my research and looked at several mattress foam companies to see which one was the best. And it was funny because I had just gotten the email like 3 days before. My battery's about to go dead, so if it does, good night, and I love you guys so much. And it'll just probably end like that because it just came up yellow. But I had done my research like a couple days before, and then we went to Aaron and Eric's wedding reception, and we were talking to our friends Susan and Marcus, right? And I was telling her about it, and she goes, well, is it this brand? And I said, yes. And she goes, oh my God, that's what we got. You're gonna love it. And I said, do you really love it that much? And she's like, This is the weirdest truck. You guys, it is a weird night. It is a spooky, strange night. And she's like, I absolutely love it. But she said, this truck behind me has really weird lights on it. So I'm gonna pull over and see what the deal is here. It's like these yellow flashing lights. I don't like this. I'm gonna let it go by me and then get behind it. It almost looks like a bus, but it's not a bus. What is that? Oh, it's a semi on like a little road like this. But anyway, she was like, yes, we love it. She goes, now I'm gonna be honest with you. It took us about 6 to 8 weeks for us to get used to it because you kind of have to mold in and get it and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, okay. She was like, but now I wouldn't have anything else but a foam mattress. And I was like so excited about it because it was the same brand, you know? So then I could say, okay, yeah, absolutely. Like we heard friends of ours loved it. But see, isn't that how it works? And we feel like YouTubers are our friends. So when YouTubers are using products, whether it's like these Zenny glasses, which I love, or this drink, or whatever it is, you know? This chapstick by Carmex, which, you know, whatever the product is, you're gonna use. So when YouTubers and those people use products that they don't really like just to get paid for, isn't that bullshit? I think it's crap, but whatever. It's not like we can do anything about it. So I'm just saying, if you ever see a product placement, or if you ever see a review or a sponsored video on my channel, you know I love the product. Now, tomorrow is the last day of May. You have 1 day to get all of your readathons ready. I cannot wait till June 1st. Tomorrow night at midnight, I'm gonna be out on my patio. Well, probably I'll be in my car driving around doing this vlog. But then I'll be out on my patio reading all of my books for the sci-fi booktubeathon, or sci-fi readathon, and the emoji-athon, all of it. I'm so excited. I gotta get special drinks. I got all my tea at home. I can make coffee. I have nothing. Oh shit, I have a hair appointment early on Thursday morning. Well, Friday I can do it, so I'm excited. Summer is here. I love summer. I love summer. And I'm getting ready to go home and watch episode 2 of The Keepers. So spooky. And I'll keep you guys updated on the shows that I'm watching on Netflix. I'll sit down tomorrow and go through my whole list of all the shows. Tell me what shows in the comment section below I should be watching on Netflix or anywhere, because I'm going to make a list of all the shows I want to watch this summer, and I'll keep you guys updated on how I'm doing, because you guys know I'm trying to watch all of these shows this summer. I actually, on my YouNow stream tonight, went through and listed all of the shows that I added to my list on Netflix, which, by the way, if you don't know, YouNow is an application that you can get on your phone for free. YouNow, Y-O-U-N-O-W, and then look into it and find my name, and then add me, fan me, and then whenever I go on, it will give you a notification, and then you can, you know, watch me live, interact with me, leave me little comments. We talk back and forth, we chat. It's super fun. If you've done it and you've liked it, leave it in the comment section below. And you can tip me, and we can become friends, and you don't have to tip me, and we can talk about all kinds of stuff. It's real fun. So follow me on YouNow. It's listed below. Yeah. And if you guys could do me one last favor, I'd really appreciate it. Could you make sure that you are subscribed to my channels? Because so many people have been telling me that they have been unsubscribed to my channel. And then make sure that you hit the notification bell to the right of it twice. Once to get the notifications, 2 to get it secured. Because you have to hit it twice now. I don't know if you know that. But that would mean the world to me if you could do that on this channel, and especially on my main channel. But all of my channels, if you follow them, that would mean the world to me. And that's my little PR request for the day. And I can't wait for tomorrow, because I get to start all my readathons. All right, you guys, I love you, and I will talk to you tomorrow. And by the time that you're seeing this, it will be almost June 1st. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.